Go ahead.
I was going to say, what are you guys most excited about with this new project? What really spoke to you about it?
To work with this guy right here, man.
Clearly. You go.
No. For me, it was just character. Like I don't even think I read the script. I saw they got the character, and I thought it was hilarious and something that I could really have fun with. And that was where I was going with it. And there was a dark element to it, and an anti-hero element to it, and it was fun.
Yeah, I think that was a selling point for me as well. Well, first of all, it's a great creative team involved.
Yeah,
so it was,
for sure.
From that respect, it was a little bit of a no-brainer, like that you'd want to be involved with the people that are involved, and it's going to be fun. But also, we're so oversaturated with effing comic book adaptations at the moment. That seems to be the only action films that get made, apart from James Bond or something like that. There's so many versions of wonderful superheroes. So to have something come along that completely inverts that idea was appealing to me. Very appealing to me.
Do you get to take any particular digs at the adaptations currently being made? Are there any sly ones that DC or Marvel?
No, there's a wink and a nod here and there, but we're not in the game of running other things down. It's more like, okay, well, let's take the standard premise, invert it, and see what happens. And maybe there's a little more honesty in that somewhere. But definitely we're not. We're respectful of other things. Everything has their place, but. There hasn't been anything like this that I've seen or that I can think of where not quite like this. There's been nothing like this.
No.
I think we can safely say that.
It's going to be its own thing, man.
No, sir.
Were you familiar with The Boys or Garth Ennis at all before you were offered or took the part or even saw the script?
I wasn't at all, actually. No. Were you?
No, neither was I. No, I'll be honest. Like, I've never read a graphic novel in my life. Not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just like I read War and Peace. Shit like that.
Boys is a little different.
Yeah, it's a little different. No, but then I read The Boys, and it's. I think it's a very extreme version of graphic novels as well. I'm not an expert on that, but I would think it is.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've had to tone some of that down for the show to make it something you can actually have other people watch. But I think we've done a really good job of preserving, the great story, the great characters, and the great ideas that are in the graphic novel, and just making it something that's a little more accessible for a broader audience.
To say that the series pushes boundaries seems an understatement. It's obviously it kind of like the boundaries back there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So how often on set were you just amazed at what you're allowed to do, what Amazon?
Every day. I mean, for me, I can't believe they let me get to do this. How about you? I mean,
well, first of all, it depends what you mean by boundaries, because there's a big difference between the boundaries of the graphic novel, which is no boundaries, and the boundaries of the show, because we definitely have boundaries.
A little bit, yeah.
Within that, we have to be, conscious of the show reaching an audience, and if it's too divisive, then no one's going to watch it, and it's not going to have a life. So, of course, there's which all goes without saying, but I think in this case it's more prevalent than maybe other things. But definitely within the universe that we've created, the boundaries are still much more expanded than any other show that I can think of. Really, but it's in a way that is a lot of fun. There's a real dark humor going through it. So if you see these terrible, terrible things happening, you're probably laughing while it's happening. So it's I don't know how to describe the boundaries. Maybe let's call them rubber. Let's call them rubber, and it's definitely its own entity.
But definitely reading some of those scripts, like, whoa, they're really going there. I mean, that was, it was such a collaborative effort, on everyone's part to just really go for it and kind of push boundaries with the character, our boundaries here, and everyone was really letting us play and even improv a little bit and really do our own thing with the character, which was new to me. So.
And what would you say the biggest changes from what you read for your characters in the graphic novels and what you actually are doing on screen?
My character was kind of non-existent in the novels, which was nice because there was sort of this open-ended thing that you could sort of run with for me. So that was fun.
And you don't have a helmet.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah, I can see my face.
As if they wouldn't. I think there's a lot of similarities for my guy, but there's a lot of difference as well. There's maybe we tried to give it a little more depth, a little more reason why. A few different layers. Like I'm not interested in. It would be easy to make that character one note or two notes, and I think no one's like that. And I think that all comes down to backstory and reason why and all those boring things that actors love wanking on about, but which I'm not going to do now. But all of those things add up to all of the work that goes in with the creative team, all of us and the writers, like building this thing that ends up having a lot of different nuance, different layers, and isn't just the hammer that you see in the comic books.